Hey everybody. I've been online and I'm somebody that listens to a lot of music. Like I listen to a lot of rap music and there's a lot of folks that are on YouTube right now making videos, I think some of the titles of the videos have been rap fatigue and that's sort of been what they've been talking about. Like they're tired of the current state of rap music. They're not necessarily tired of rap music, but they're tired of the current state of rap music. And you know what? As somebody that's listened to rap for decades, I agree with them. It's getting to the point with rap music right now, mainstream rap music, but it's getting to the point where, a lot of the mainstream artists are sounding the same, talking about the same thing, not being creative. And it's to the point where a lot of people just are turned off. Like a lot of people are saying, you know what, this is a genre I normally listen to, but it's not improving. And I agree. Mainstream hip hop, let me backtrack. I'm not saying hip hop. Mainstream rap music is sounding terrible. And it's to the point now where I guess a lot of artists just look at it as a hustle. Like when I was growing up in the 90s, you heard people like Nas and Jay-Z, like you're people who took their rhymes serious, who said, let me take some time to make an album that sounds good. Let me get into the studio and make sure this sounds right. Or let me get into the studio and fix this. Or let me remix that. And these new artists are like, well, you know what, let me just go on to SoundCloud real quick. Let me just say anything with a nice beat and people will buy it. And for a couple of years, that's been the case. I mean, you listen to some of these songs and they sound like elementary. Like you have people trying to sing on the beat. You have people that can't even rap. You have people that are just saying weird stuff. And that's not the rap that I grew up listening to. And so you have a lot of people now that are like, you know what? Why keep on buying all these CDs and music and, all of this stuff and going to these concerts and stuff when, everything's sounding like what you heard last year. And it's really got to get back to being an art form, like, in my opinion, like it was. Like, I grew up in an era where, you would go and listen to a song, you'd say, well, who produced this? Or this Jay-Z album sounds different this year. Like, even if you go back and listen to some of the rappers, in the past, they made sure that sometimes they would switch up the whole sound of an album and say, well, you know what? Let me use this sound. Let me go with this producer. Let me try this. Let me try that. But it's, now everything is like rushed. And a lot of it is, hip hop has become, I keep on saying hip hop, but I consider rap and hip hop two different things. Let me backtrack. Rap music has become like almost one of these things where, and again, I see how the young people are looking at it. They're looking at it from the standpoint of, oh, this thing can get me out of the ghetto. I'm in a tough I'm in a tough neighborhood. This thing can make me a multi-millionaire. I understand that. But the part I don't understand is that, just to go in the studio and just say anything and just, have 10 songs that sound like just somebody could have made in like 2 seconds. To me, that's hurting rap. And I don't blame a lot of people for feeling the way they do. I mean, I think I was reading something where the Billboard Top 40, I think it's been the first time that rap music hasn't been on the Billboard Top 40 charts in a while, or the top Billboard Top 40 chart, whatever. But it's been a while since, hip hop has totally been off that chart. And I'm not surprised. Like a lot of people were looking at it and saying, oh my God, this is shocking. And why are people surprised? I mean, that would be like a Hollywood director making the same type of movie every year. And then making another sequel and then making another sequel. And you're like, well, wait a minute. Every time you keep on making new, movies, everything keeps on getting worse. The same thing with hip hop. But like, again, some of the albums when people first started and then you compare them to what they're putting out now, it's like night and day. And so some of these artists, rap artists, my bad, rap. Some of these rap artists, I think they just don't care. It's almost like they think, well, my fans are going to buy this music anyway. And a lot of the times they're correct. Like some of these rappers I see, they're just up on stage and they're jumping up and down and screaming into the microphone. They're not saying anything. And, if you notice now with rap music, it's like anything to a beat that folks like. And then you can, some people, they don't even have to even say anything on the mic. They can say 2 sentences, have the beat go, and people are just, paying to look at somebody, jump up and down on the stage. And so, again, maybe I hope this is a wake-up call for a lot of rap artists to get back to actually creating good music that people want to listen to. If not, then, you look what's happening now. You're seeing country music. You're seeing all of these other genres that are taking over. That, some of these country stars, I'm looking at their crowds, massive crowds. They're the ones now getting the money, getting these big opportunities that rappers used to get. And so, I have to agree with a lot of, the consumers of rap music right now. Till some of these rappers start taking it seriously and creating something people want to listen to, people are like, you know what, I'll listen to Afro beats or something. That's where we're at right now, and I can't blame them. And so, again, that was one thing I've noticed on the internet. And then also, for people who want to hear just good rap, hip hop type of music, start, researching some of the rappers in the 90s. Like I would say, look at some of the rappers in I would say 94, if I'll just pick one year, let's just say 1994, 1993. If you just take your time to research and listen to albums that came out in that time period, there's so many good classic albums, and it'll actually, again, I don't consider some of those folks rap. I consider, people like that hip hop, like Nas and Jay-Z, but, people who consider rap and hip hop the same thing, I would just say that start looking and start listening to some of the older albums. Some of those older albums back in the day, might inspire you if you're a rapper to step your game up. And it's sort of sad to say, but the albums and the rappers in the 90s are better than what we have now. Like you would say to yourself, it's almost like technology. Like with technology is supposed to improve every year. If you notice rap music has gotten worse. Like every year it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. And it can't go in that, it can't be like that. Like it's seriously at the point where rappers in 91 sound better than what people are making right now. And mind you, rappers have better studio equipment. Rappers have bigger budgets. And the stuff from some artist in 91 recorded in Brooklyn sounds better than what's, people are making now. So it goes to show you that paying people a bunch of money and having great studios shows that doesn't matter. It's really all about what you do with that equipment and if you take, rapping seriously. So that's just my advice. It's going to probably be like this for maybe the next 5 years, who knows, maybe 10 years. But I would say that the younger generation needs to start researching some of the albums in the 90s. And maybe when they listen to those rap albums, they'll say, or hip hop albums, they'll say, you know what? This inspired me to make a beat like this. But what's happening now, you have people that are being inspired by people that can't rap or produce. So you think about it, they're looking up to rappers, a new generation. They're looking up to rappers who can't even rap. So you're looking at some of these rappers where they're like, you know what, I want to rap like this guy. And that guy that you're looking up to can't even rap. And so you need some sort of foundation. You need some foundation, where you say, you know what, this is the standard right here. Like, again, maybe some of the younger generation needs to pick up a Nas album, pick up an old Jay-Z album and say, you know what, I want to sound like this guy. But the blind leading the blind is not going to work. And to me, that's why the rap music is so bad right now. It's really the blind leading the blind. You're going to look up to someone who can't even rap. And you're going to base your career off of somebody that maybe takes 2 minutes to put together a song. So I know I'm rambling right now, but that's just my opinion about, the current state of rap music. Because a lot of people said they have rap fatigue. I agree with them. But if you're on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button. And if you're on Spotify, you can follow my podcast by just typing in Mark Parham Podcast, and I should pop up. And then in the comments section, let me know how you feel. Thank you.